name is Beck, and you, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. This is a review of the Big Finish release, Return of the Cybermen. This is one of the Lost Stories range, which is basically tries to recreate scripts that never got made. So this is a bit of a funny one, because this is a script that did get made. It got made as Revenge of the Cybermen, the 1972 story, in Tom Baker's first season with Sarah and Harry, and I think the season was actually supposed to end with Terror of the Zygons, and if you do look at it that way, it makes a really nice arc for that season, but that's not what happened anyway. And Return of the Cybermen is not happening. It got heavily rewritten, I think by a mixture of Robert Holmes and Philip Hinchcliffe. I have to tell you, a lot better for it. So this one really didn't work for me on a number of levels. I'm going to go into the reasons why. Listen, I have to tell you, I always want to recommend Big Finish. I generally speaking quite like what they do. I'd like them to continue. I'd like everybody to continue. I don't want anybody to be cancelled. This is not like, it's not an awful release by any stretch of imagination. But yeah, again, this is my subjective opinion of it. Yours may be different. I did a review of Stranded a while ago, which I really didn't like at all. Stranded Volume 2, even worse. And people were like, how can you say that? I'm like, dude, it's my opinion, okay? Your opinion might be different. It's okay that we have different opinions, but that's you tell you. Saying that in 2021, they look at you strangely. So yeah, you go, that's my opinion. Now, if you would like to hear more of my opinions, or if you'd like me to even be able to say my opinions, can you help me out? Can you hit the like button? Can you comment? Comment's really helpful. Can you hit the like button? Can you comment? Can you hit the subscribe button? Hit the share button. Mainly subscribe. YouTube have throttled my channel big time. They demonetized me. This is for the unspeakable crime of having my own opinions about I think about gender issues. I think that's the thing that pushed them over the edge. That I'm just like, listen, I'm not saying if somebody identifies as a male and they have a vagina, or they identify as female, they have a penis. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying I don't know, but that's that you're not allowed to say that. That made YouTube very upset, so they demonetized my channel, and they really throttled it. They really throttled the views again. So if you can hit the subscribe button, that really generally helps me. Hit the notification button so you are notified when new videos drop. If you really want to help out, go check out my Indiegogo. Over here, this freaking awesome Indiegogo, 2 incredible graphic novels. I really got to do a couple of videos reviewing these, so you know what the hell they are and what they're about. I mean, it's not going to be a review, because I'm going to be saying they're brilliant, but I'm not lying. I think they are good. I do think they're good. What do you want me to tell you? Go check it. The link's in the video notes. Go check them out. You get a bunch of, if you buy both, you get a bunch of extras. This is a poster you might get. It's an add-on right now. We hit, I think, 12 grand. The campaign gets to 12,000. Everybody gets this A2 poster. We have this one. The eyes have it. I call this one. And then we have this other one called Reverse the Polarity of the Neutron Flow. Reverse the Polarity of Neutron Flow. There you go. So you get, so basically right now these are add-ons, but you get. I think we're going to get the Tom Baker one. I'm probably going to get the Capaldi one. Let's see what happens. But wait, there's more. You also get a series of 4 fantastic, wonderful art cards called For the Male Gaze, based on my basic titillations. From when I was 12, my 12-year-old masturbatory fantasy. That's essentially what they are, and still hold up pretty well today. We have Keeping the British End Up, one I like a lot. We have Party Like It's 1999. We have Don't Even Think It's Citizen, bit of Judge Anderson action there. We have, we have I'm Sensing Strong Emotions, Captain. I'm sensing very strong emotions, Captain. And the new one we just added, which I really like, The Force is Female. The Force indeed is female. It's waiting for it to open up. There you go. The Force is female. I mean, this deserves a zoom in, right? Because look how freaking good it is. I mean, I tell you, Dominic knows what he's doing. Dominic Rancho is the artist. He really knows what he's doing. Yeah, this absolutely fantastic work. Really good. You have to go quite some way to get better than my imagination. Something better than my imagination. This favourite card of mine. No hanky panky in the TARDIS. So anyway, you get all of those, all that stuff for $40. So go check it out. But do hit the subscribe button. That really genuinely helps me quite a lot. So let's look at this story. Return of the Cybermen starring Tom Baker and Sadie Miller, Liz Sladen's daughter, as Sarah Jane Smith, and Christopher Naylor as Harry. So Harry's a pretty easy voice, I think, to recreate. You know, you got to do like kind of like British military upper class kind of twit kind of guy. And who was it? Christopher Naylor. Yeah, for me it sounded close enough to Harry that I felt like I was listening to Harry. Sadie Miller, not so much. So I'm not saying this is a bad release because of Sadie Miller, but although they've got to do more stuff. And here's what I think went wrong with this. Nick Briggs was really one of the big creative forces behind this release, because he absolutely adores Revenge of the Cybermen, and he wanted to see the Elseworlds version of it, right? So so he was really into it. And you can hear it in the interviews at the end, the extras, and because he was so into it, that Sadie Miller occasionally had an inflection that sort of sounded like Liz Sladen playing Sarah Jane Smith, occasionally, and it's very, very occasionally. He's like, yes! This sells it completely. I think it's a case of just being too close to it, and that's really where I think this whole thing kind of falls apart. So in terms of story beats, most of the story beats are very similar to Revenge of the Cybermen. However, Revenge of the Cybermen is a much better story. I mean, you can really see Hinchcliffe and Holmes's influence in them. It's based on a Jerry Davis script, and Jerry Davis is pretty much where he was when he last wrote the Cybermen, which would have been, what was that one? Like Wheel in Space. Or it still feels like a slight progression from the Patrick Troughton stories, but not that much. The Cybermen still feel in a very, very similar vein to it. And there's a lot of creative choices in here. They just needed another edit, right? Which they got from a couple of fantastic minds, Holmes and Hinchcliffe, and which I think just made the story punch up a lot more. So amongst the differences are the people on what's the name? Volga, the people on the planet of Gold, that's where Gold, aren't an alien race, and you don't really understand what's really going on with them. They're humans, but they've been trapped there for a long time, and it just isn't really clear. I mean, I'm sure they say it out properly in the script, but it's not abundantly clear. I think switching them out into an alien race and then building up a whole mythology around them, and then I think the realization of them with the half masks, it all just nailed it. It all worked really well. So I think the Volgans are like descended from miners or something along those lines. The story beats as well. It's a more simplistic story, and I think it's a more childish story than what was there. Essentially, again, everything I say, I keep going back to, this is Revenge of the Cybermen, mindless, was it Hinchcliffe and Holmes? And it really is kind of spoiled a bit, because they brought it out on Blu-ray relatively recently, a couple of years ago, and they redid the special effects for it, which a lot of people hate it when they do it. I loved it, right? For me, it made the whole story really come alive, because I found the special effects from 72 a bit distracting, right? A little bit distracting, and it takes me out of the drama. Whereas, the new special effects, I found myself subsumed by the drama, right? Especially the sequence at the end where they're trying to where they're crashing Nova Beacon into Volga. That really works a lot better. So this is again, everybody has a lot more simplistic motivations and are more simplistic childish characters. Kelman is another real sacrifice that the script made. Here he's basically a duplicitous guy who's trying to squeeze the people in Volga out of some gold. The Cybermen are a little bit better. So Nick Briggs really does a good job doing the cyber voices. He also does the sound design and the music, and it's the love he has for this era and the love he has for Revenge of the Cybermen, it just bleeds out. I just found this whole thing really quite unnecessary. It's very, very similar to what was aired. and not as good, right? So okay, so it's good as a as a curio. I think not as much else, right? I'm about 3 episodes through the other release they brought out with this Doomsday Contract, which is a lot better. I would say a lot more worth your time. This, I would say, not really worth your time or your money. Really, if you're a massive Doctor Who fan and you can't imagine not hearing it, which that's where I am. That's the world I live in. I get it. Other than that, this is completely missable, completely skippable. The Cybermats have a bigger role in this. And you can't help thinking, oh, that's not really a good idea, given how they were realized on screen. Which it didn't really work as well as they did last time. You can see Jerry Davis has something very, very different in his mind than what came out on screen. By the way, the way he's writing it, the Cybermen are not like the last refuge of a cyber war. They're a suicide squad sent in to destroy the major supply of gold. Which again, it makes it less poignant. All the creative decisions that separate this from the transmitted version, I just think make this weaker. I think it make it a lot weaker. The cast is all excellent. That all works really well. A nice little touch though. They give the Vulgans, people of Volga, South African accents, which kind of ties in to the people from Alpha. Well, they're from Alpha Centauri, from Sontaran experiments. That's kind of nice. There is a few little continuity winks. I think it's more John Dorney than anybody else. Let's have a quick look at the blurb, see if there's anything I can add to it. The Doctor, Sarah Jane Smith, doesn't sound anything like her. And they did this thing on the third Doctor releases, which they stopped doing, which I really think was better when they did it, was when they always had John Pertwee in silhouette, because it wasn't really him, innit? And having Liz Sladen and what's his name? Harry Sullivan. It was Ian Martner on the cover. I just feels a bit wrong. It just feels a bit wrong to me. I don't know. I'm being funny about it. I know, but it does. So the Doctor, Sarah Jane Smith, and Harry Sullivan return to Nerva, space station Nerva, in search of the TARDIS. Instead, they find peril and disease and Cybermen. Yeah. So this goes right back to Moonbase. It feels a lot more like Moonbase than anything else. Imagine Moonbase done in the 70s. Moonbase done in the 70s with similarly matching beats to Revenge of the Cybermen. That's essentially what you got. I've just saved you £13 or $13. You're welcome. You are welcome. These cybernetic monsters have devised a plan to eliminate the greatest threat to their existence, and if the Doctor and his human compatriots do not play their part in the scheme, they are to be destroyed. Now, I'm glad I read that, because there was a major plot point here which I really didn't like that much, which was that the Doctor agrees to help. It's basically surrenders to Cybermen and agrees to help them, so he can get the antidote for Sarah, and they can basically get inside and get out alive. But I preferred it in the transmitted version where they were like under gunpoint, really, and they were forced to have the bomb strapped to them. A lot of this stuff is better. On the TV version than the audio version. So yeah, this one for me, sadly, and it really is sadly, this one to me is a skip. It's not worth your time or your money, I'm afraid, unless you're a crazy completionist. So there you go. My name is Sheila Beck, and you am I from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.